Hey, how's it going?
Great. How are you?
Doing good. What do you got?
I have an autograph signature of Eleanor Roosevelt.
Wow, that's cool. You know, I gotta say, I've had multiple ex-wives, and none of them were as cool as Eleanor Roosevelt.
I'm at the pawn shop today to try and sell my Eleanor Roosevelt signature. I came across it rummaging through an estate sale, and I fell out with a photo album. I'm asking $1,000 for the signature based on the fact that Eleanor Roosevelt was one of the most famous first ladies in American history.
This is actually pretty interesting. Eleanor Roosevelt, really smart woman, and dealt with a whole lot of stuff in her life. She really did not want FDR to run for president. She didn't want to give up her anonymity. She didn't want to be famous. And true to form, when something like that happens, she was the longest running first lady that ever lived. But she was probably one of the best first ladies that we ever had. I mean, she completely transformed the entire role of the first lady. FDR had polio, and she was in there kind of calling the shots quite a bit when he was too sick to do his job. One can argue that she had a lot to do with the whole New Deal during the Depression.
Oh, interesting.
There's really not much bad you could say about Eleanor Roosevelt. Do you mind if I take a look at it?
Please do.
This is from their Hyde Park address. It doesn't say governor. FDR was governor at one point. So this would be their letterhead prior to him being governor. So this is long before he was president. What you got here is really cool. What are you looking to do with it?
I'm looking to sell it.
All right, and what are you looking to get out of it?
Well, I'm hoping to get about $1,000 for it, considering the history that it holds.
I get a lot of presidential signatures. I don't get very many first ladies. So do you mind if I have a buddy of mine come down and take a look at it?
No, please do.
All right, well, hang out and I'll be back in a few, okay?
Sounds good. Best case scenario, the expert will say that it's authentic, and I'm able to get extra money to go ahead and continue my hobby of looking for history.
I have a guy in the shop with a piece of paper that he claims is signed by former First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt. He's asking for $1,000, but before I sign off on this deal, I'm gonna call my buddy Steve Grad and have him take a look at it. So I don't see much First Lady stuff, but Eleanor Roosevelt.
She's probably one of the most famous first ladies, that I could think of. I mean, she's done more than most presidents, especially with her work with civil rights, women's movement. She was also, huge with the United Nations, respected by presidents so much that preceded her husband that when she passed away, she had John F. Kennedy, Harry Truman, Dwight Eisenhower were all at her funeral.
Gotcha. So what do you think?
So the first thing, Corey, I want to do is just kind of take a look at the ink and see what I'm dealing with here. And right there, right away, we're starting to see ink. So it's something that's not printed, because that could typically be something, Corey, that they would send out or something, but that's not the case.
Now, she was a pretty important woman. What about secretarial?
Well, she ended up signing her mail pretty much most of her life. So if you'd sent her in the mail, even when she was first lady, you get back an autograph. After her term, her husband's term, and she was done, she would still sign a lot. So don't see many of those. Maybe just occasionally here or there, I'd see one or two, but taking a look at her autograph on here, and I'm gonna match this up for you right here. Very, I would say sleek, beautiful autograph. And I kind of see those common denominators. See how she finishes here? Same thing here. So, Corey, that's pretty cool. You've got live ink. Signature definitely matches up, no doubt. Nice period signature, too.
All right, so what do you think it's worth?
Well, her autograph's plentiful. It's out there. If you want to find one, you can find one pretty easily. The White House cards are usually the most desirable to say the White House on it. This is on his letterhead, Franklin, her husband. So that does help, but it's still not going to push it over the top in terms of value. I put the value right about $200.
Okay.
Not what I was really looking to hear, but thanks for coming down, man.
Good seeing you. Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Definitely not what I was expecting to hear, my man.
Me either. I was hoping for a little more.
I was hoping for you, buddy, and I don't do that very often. I'll tell you what, I can give you $100 for it.
About 175.
I'll tell you what, how about 150?
160?
150.
155?
145.
150 sounds good.
Good to me, too. I'll meet you right over there. I'll do some paperwork, okay?
Thank you very much. Eleanor Roosevelt is one of the greatest first ladies in American history, and she made me $150. Way to go, Eleanor.